I try to tell y'all that this lady was a liar. I try to tell y'all. I made a couple videos last year and telling y'all that she is not a doctor. I made like 2 videos. And you know what? In a little bit, we're gonna do a flashback, and I'll flashback to those videos here in a second.
I'd much rather be the one walking you at the dog park than the one on the leash, if that's true.
Nigga. What the oh my god, just what? She's telling y'all to y'all's face she is a manipulator. She's telling y'all to y'all face she is a gaslighter. She's telling y'all to y'all face she doesn't handle relationships the way she gives advice. Wait, what? Is she a real doctor?
So if I had to choose between a high value, low functioning, right, or high functioning, low value man, I would take the low value, high functioning.
You would?
I have, well, yeah, I have.
I don't believe her. But yo, I told y'all this lady is as much of a doctor as Dr. Pepper. Okay, this lady is as much of a doctor as Dr. Dre. Hey, at least Dr. Dre made the Chronic. What has she done? She went on a few platforms, went viral. She is not a doctor, y'all. She's not a doctor. And so for her to sit here and gaslight us and tell us she's a doctor, if I was a doctor, I would be so offended at someone who did not put in the level and amount of schooling and everything it takes to become. That's why there's not just all these doctors walking around, because of how hard it is to become a doctor. And she's just gonna claim that she's a doctor. From here on out, I'm not calling her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm just calling her Cheyenne, because that's who she is. Okay. I just wish she would be honest with us from the start and say, hey, I was pursuing my doctorates, but then along the way, I started making money and I pivoted and I'm doing this now. Just say that. You keep lying to us and telling us you're a doctor. So look, she went on the Breakfast Club and they asked her about her doctorates. And I've seen some of this, and look, the gaslighting is so real, y'all. The gaslighting is off the chain. Let's go ahead and take a look at this boo that she is gonna try and like convince us of. This lady is the worst liar. She's not a doctor. Let's go ahead and check out what she had to say.
The conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad.
See, that already in itself comes off very condescending for people that have real questions. Okay? You know you're not a doctor. We know you're not a doctor. And so for us to ask you very poignant questions, these are very relevant questions that you can't really give a direct answer to. And then that's how you start off your response. I'm already on high alert just
for
based
my
off
fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it. For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it.
It's not that we don't like you or understand. We just don't believe you. That's all. I have nothing against Cheyenne. Like I said, I'm not calling her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant because she's not a doctor. I have nothing against Cheyenne. She just came out of nowhere and started calling herself Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She's not a doctor. When did y'all have a problem with that? Is someone portrayed themselves as a doctor and was booking consultations as a doctor, getting paid as a doctor? You're paying for the services as a doctor, and then later you find out they ain't no freaking doctor? Y'all wouldn't want a refund or your money back or have any sort of complaint against that? That would just be cool with y'all? No, that's not cool. That is not cool.
Double down on it and run that shit, because I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused.
So conveniently, huh? Look at that. They just, the school just gone, huh? That's crazy. Okay, let's continue.
I Google. It says this school has been shut down.
Of
I said,
course
oh, well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program.
Oh my gosh.
I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Why I contact the third party? That third party only holds records for 2 years.
She is a liar. You expect us to believe that the place where you complete your program, they're just no longer there. Okay, and look, hey, that could happen, right? Schools go out of business for whatever reason. I get it. That could happen. Unlikely, but hey, that could happen. That could happen. And then you contact the vendor, and the vendor just only happened to have records on file for 2 years. Oh, gee, look how that turned out. Come on. So she says she's only clearing this up for the doc squad, her audience, her viewers, the doc squad. She thinks her doc squad is stupid because she expects them to believe this. Okay, right. Let's keep going.
I was past my 2 years.
Of
So
course.
that means that I had no access to records. And then I contacted.
I'm sorry, y'all, to stop this so much, but does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense to y'all at all? Are y'all buying this? Does that make any sense to y'all? Y'all expect me to believe that a doctor completed all this program online for their doctoral program. She did all this work to complete it, and there's absolutely no way she can provide any sort of proof. There's come on. Come on. You couldn't come up with a better excuse than that. Oh my God.
Financial aid. You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Let me rewind it for y'all real quick. Let me rewind it for y'all if y'all didn't catch that. She paid for her what program?
In my undergrad program. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside.
Doctoral? What doctor do you know says doctoral? That was doctoral, right? It's doctoral. Doctoral? Come on, son. Tell me you're not a doctor without telling me you're not a doctor. Come on. I am nowhere close to being a doctor, and I know that doctors don't say doctoral. It's like, come on. It's right in front of her face. Are you kidding me?
I had my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one
I'll play this for y'all.
circumstance.
Does it make any sense?
We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university.
All right, that makes absolutely no sense at all. That makes absolutely. What school do y'all know is going to give y'all a refund after you already took the classes? This is not when you get financial aid and then the financial aid gets you a refund because they outpaid you more than what the school cost and something like that. I've had that. That's something completely different. She's saying that she paid the school money and she's trying to get records of her program and her degree and everything, and that the school is actually offering her a refund because they can't produce the evidence that she went there. What? Who does that? No school does that. And then they're gonna say, if we give you the refund, then we have to reverse the courses that you made. We're not gonna ever show any proof of any of the courses that you even took here. What? That doesn't even make sense. Said what school ever? No. What are you talking about? You think your doc squad is that dumb? This makes no sense. This makes no sense.
At this institute. So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no. Because I didn't want to risk the chance of them saying, well, we're going to give you back your money, and it wipes out your entire program. Luckily, I had, I do this with all of the schools. I had downloaded from the actual student portal my transcripts at that time. And I was able to get just about all of my transcripts, including up to like dissertation. But everything else, there's just no holding take for any of our records, which I think is completely effed up. Just in general.
They are going to kill.
Yeah, I think the fact that she's lying to us and expects us to believe this, that's effed up. That's effed up. That is the part that's effed up. It's not, the school did this, I couldn't run, they offered me a refund, but they rewiped your history of the courses you took, Do you still want the refund, Miss Bryant, or not? No. It's the fact that you lying to us and expect us, people with brains, to actually sit here, hear this, digest this, and then be like, well, yeah, that's crazy. I'm so sorry that happened to her. I guess I wouldn't take the refund either. Well, guess book another session. What are you talking about? This makes no sense. This makes absolutely no sense. For anyone that believes this, hey, I got a bridge to sell you.
You online this week. They're going to say she has no records. They just want to hate you regardless. But
no, that's fine. And it's not even that there's no records that I don't. The school had a third party that carried the records only for a limit of 2 years. So it's not me, it's any student that attended Argosy. But again, it doesn't, how can I say it? It doesn't affect me because if I chose to go get a license as an LMFT, I have my master's in marriage and child therapist. I have my hours. I can just take that and say, hey, let me submit these for licensure. And I want to go sit for my exam and all I have to do is study. I don't need a doctorate in counseling psychology to go get licensed as a therapist. That's what we're all missing.
They say.
See, I don't know anything about this field, so I don't know if she's saying if that's true or not. She lies so much. I'm prone not to believe her, but she could be telling the truth about that. I have no idea. This is completely out of my wheelhouse. I don't know anything when it comes to psychology. I didn't get my master's, and I don't have a doctorate. I don't know anything about this. So anything she's saying past this, I'm just using my rational brain to listen to everything she's saying and make it a determination for myself, whether it's likely or unlikely. Hey, Cam, is it likely that the school she just happens to go to that people already question whether she's really a doctor or not? Is it likely that the school is just no longer in effect? I'd say that's unlikely, but hey, it's possible. It's possible. Is it also likely that the school that she went to get her doctorates is no longer in effect? They had a third-party vendor and they only hold the records for 2 years. Is that likely? That's unlikely too. So you bank on the fact that both these situations happen. And I listened to another podcast, and there's people that's already went to her school that's come out and be like, no, what are you talking about? I can pull my records up right now. I can pull my transcripts up now. What are you talking about? Hey, the vendor, yeah, they keep it for 10 years, not 2 years. What are you talking about? There's already people refuting what she has been saying. So I just think she's full of crap. I have no personal vendetta against her. I don't know her. I've never met her. She's a beautiful woman. She seems lovely. I just think that she's a freaking liar. That's it. She's a freaking liar. I told y'all last year she ain't no freaking doctor. I can tell by the way she spoke that she wasn't a doctor. I was like, nigga, I know doctors. Doctors don't sound like this. Doctors don't rationalize their dots like this. They don't sound like this. They don't use logic like this. It doesn't sound like a doctor to me. But what do I know? I ain't a doctor. But hey, I come on this mic and tell y'all I'm not a doctor. I don't come on this mic and say, Dr. Cam here, so let's watch this video today. No, I'm not a doctor. So when it comes to all this psychology field, I don't know. But what I do know is this: she ain't no doctor either. She ain't no freak doctor either. Okay, I do know that.
The reason that you don't get questioned or tested as much is because of your quote unquote looks.
I said this last time I was on. You might be my alter ego brother, because some of the stuff you say is just right up the alley of what needs to be addressed. So there's pretty privilege, and I've learned that there's pretty punishment. And I didn't really understand that term until I got into my field. And I want to say this, I've been in my field for 18 years. I didn't get into this field to become famous, to become a celebrity. I got in this field because I was a little girl from the inner city who was tenacious and determined to make it out.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of broken pieces and abandonment. And when God provided me tools that helped me take my broken pieces and make peace from it, go from my wilderness into my promised land, which I talk about in my book, Live Your Promise, I thought, wait a minute, I got to make sure I give everybody I come in contact with these principles because everyone deserves that freedom and that healing that I'm experiencing, what I call God's peace. All right. And so with that, people got a whiff of it. And, the fan base, the folks made me famous, made me a celebrity. I did not grow up and say, hey, I want to listen, I'm a good looking woman. I've had access to the industry for my entire life. If I wanted to be famous, I would have went maybe the actress route or the modeling route. Easy call for me. So none of that. No one goes to college and gets multiple degrees to say, I want to be famous. Now, do I love it here? Yeah, I love it. I'm grateful for it. I appreciate it. If folks would focus on, Doc, how did you create your own lane? I don't want to be you, but damn it, I want my own lane to occupy. I would give them the tools like I'm doing in my book, Live Your Promise, about how I did it, how I went from the hood to the hills. Was it hard? Yeah. Is it possible? Absolutely. Am I the only one that can do it? Hell no. The tools I use, if you apply it, you will get the same result. Just like baking a cake.
Some people are like, well, how can she tell me about my marriage when she hasn't been married? Or how can she tell me about
She can't.
my family or my kids when she hasn't been through that? Even though you studied it and you got your degree in it. So what do you say to those people?
So you just gonna cook the whole interview? Just gonna cook all your questions gonna be?
Because you know what? Because
I'll
be honest,
just tell them that we talked about this pre.
I know,
interview.
but when I say and I looked, it wasn't like 2 years ago. This is like a week ago. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, y'all trying to stomp out the Cheyenne Bryant like my Knicks did the Philly Sixers.
Your question was, what do I think about people who say I'm not married, so how can I teach folks?
Correct.
So this is the thing. I do not teach people how to be married. Marriage is between you and your partner. That's your agreement. That's your covenant. And however you two decide to create and curate your marriage, I can't teach you that. What I teach people is how to get out of their own way, because happy, healed people make happy, healed marriages. Miserable, unhappy people create miserable marriages. Traumatized out folks create trauma bonds. Healed people create healed bonds. I teach you, Envy, how do you process through your trauma so you don't bleed on your wife? I teach you, Lauren, how do you get out of your daddy issues? Not saying you have them, your daddy issues, your parental issues. Okay, well, I'm on point today. Out of your daddy issues, right? So that you don't point and project your pain onto this man who is loving the hell out of you and doesn't deserve that. If I could teach you how to heal those and how to get out of your way with that, then I have helped you become a better woman for yourself, which in return is going to do what? Benefit the collective of that marriage. No one can teach people how to be married.
And you know what's funny? She just said a lot of stuff that I actually agree with. She said a lot of stuff that, like, for the most part, I agree with. The thing is, it's one of those things, is right message, wrong messenger, right? She's lied to us so many times to where it's like, well, dang, did you just read that in a book and regurgitate it? Like, it sounds good. It sounds great. Like, what podcast did you listen to and just listen to it 5 times in a row, and then you come on the Breakfast Club and just regurgitate it? Like, that's like kind of what it sounds like. But I do agree with it. Things like that is hard to take her serious. Like when she was on the Paul Pierce podcast and she was talking about relationships, and then Paul Pierce was like, "Hey, oh yeah, you asking us all these questions. What's up with you? What's up with you?" And then that's when we found out that she had like some younger dude that she was dating, and like I guess that he was trying to be with her, and then she was pretty much just stringing him along and was like, "Hey, I don't want to be with this dude, whatever, because it's just not the situation for me. But I'm still entertaining this dude, still stringing him along." It's like, wait, hold on, that's like you're doing in your personal relationships. Are you trying to teach us about relationships? So I thought she was also trying to talk about marriage as well. So she's not, but it's like all that stuff, and it's like it's hard to like take her serious. It's hard to believe anything she says because it seems like you just either read it out of a book, listened to a podcast, and all stuff. So, but even though she says a lot of stuff I agree with, it's like I don't know. That's the struggle and the challenge I have with her. But also, she said that no one can teach you how to be married. I disagree with that. I believe if you have the Bible and you live by what the Bible says, that it teaches you how to be married. The Bible teaches you how to be married. And then also, if you have godly couples in your life that are married, they can also teach you how to be married. Of course, at the end of the day, it becomes between the man and the wife, and you, your spouse, whatever, how y'all figure it out, how y'all negotiate around issues and challenges that come up and everything. But it's not that no one can teach you. If you have a circle of godly couples in your life that teach you, hey, I can't, I don't know exactly what you're going through, but when I had this situation, this is how I handled it. And then this is how my wife handled it. And this is how we work things out and, made our marriage stronger. I don't think that there's no one that can teach y'all, right? I don't think that's true. I think you have friends in your life, you have family in your life, you have godly couples in your life that can show you, hey, this is how we did it, and this is how we have maintained a successful marriage and a happy marriage this amount of time. So it's not that no one can teach you, but yes, there are going to be some stuff that maybe only you guys can fight through and figure out along the way. But like I said, this whole thing has sparked a huge debate online. Let's go ahead and check out what a few other people think about what what Cheyenne Bryant has been saying about this.
My thing is, if you really have a doctorate, all you have to do is show your dissertation.
Exactly. Like, if she really wanted to silence people, think about it, y'all. Y'all think about it. If y'all have a group of people out there that y'all deem as haters, and that y'all think that no matter what you do, they're just going to keep hating on y'all, they're not going to believe that you're a doctor, all this stuff. Instead of her going to the Breakfast Club and giving this elaborate response, okay? Instead of you doing that, just show your dissertation. Just do that. That would silence everybody. Okay, that would silence me. I'd be like, oh, okay, my bad. I guess she is a doctor. I didn't think she was. Same thing I say about Dr. Umar. I don't think that Negro's a doctor either. I don't. I don't think that Negro's a doctor either. I think it's just a name, right? I don't think he's a doctor either. I don't. Sorry, I don't, y'all. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's a doctor either. So just show your dissertation. I don't see why that's so hard.
I'm somebody who earned a PhD, and in order to earn a doctorate, I think in most places in the US, you have to write a dissertation, which is just a super long research paper where you go through an experiment or you review research and you are arguing a point in your dissertation. When I completed or when I defended my dissertation, I had to submit my dissertation to ProQuest. And that is like a place that houses dissertations and theses. So if you Google my name and the university where I earned my PhD, my dissertation will pop up on Google Scholar. I think you can just read the abstract in ProQuest. But my thing is, like, if you actually earned a doctorate, if somebody's questioning me on my credentials, on my PhD, all I have to do is pull up in my email or pull up on an external hard drive where my dissertation is and show these people.
Exactly.
If I was being questioned on my doctorate, I would call on my dissertation advisor, the people that were in my cohort, my professors, so that they could vouch for me. But if you're saying like the university shut down after 2 years, you lost access to your transcripts, I have so many questions. Did you not submit your dissertation? Who was your dissertation advisor? Who are the people that can actually vouch for the fact that you are a doctor? And I think what this issue with Cheyenne Bryant brings up is how we need to be more discerning. In the age of anti-intellectualism, anybody can call themselves a doctor. Exactly. Anyone can put anything on social media and we eat it up and we believe it. But I think we should all be more discerning. We need to check people's receipts. Even someone like me, if you're like, is she really a doctor? Check my credentials, check my resume, check my LinkedIn. Everything is there. And so we need to do a better job with researching people, verifying them, verifying their credentials before jumping to believe them, because there are so many people who are wolves in sheep's clothing and charlatans who are only entering the space and trying to appear as an expert to sell us things and to scam us.
Going back to what Cheyenne said about pretty privilege and pretty punishment. I do believe that's a real thing. And I do believe in this case, she doesn't have pretty punishment. She has pretty privilege. She's a beautiful woman and she speaks well. And so she's presenting herself as a doctor. And so we think, okay, she's a doctor. And plus, we're also thinking, well, she's not gonna lie to us about being a doctor. Like she said she's a doctor, she speaks well, she seems like a doctor. So yeah. But then the more she would speak, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this lady. Yeah, I don't know about her. I just think it would be easier for her to just show a dissertation. Now, I don't mean a dissertation that was written by AI that she uploaded that she typed into Jet GPT and it was uploaded on the internet as of May 18th, 2026. I don't mean that. I mean an actual dissertation that she wrote while she was in school before it went out of business or whatever she wanted to tell us. Yeah. And so I would like to see a copy of the dissertation. I mean, I don't think that's asking for too much. If I was trying to shut up the haters, instead of going through this long, elaborate explanation that doesn't make any sense at all, I wouldn't say anything. I would just post a dissertation. And I would also post the as of date whenever she went to school, 2018, 2016, whatever, I don't know. But if that mug is written from Chat GPT and it's uploaded as of May 18th, 2026, we have a bigger story on our hands. Those are my thoughts. Like I said, I just think she's a freaking liar. That's it. She's a liar. Beautiful woman. She still is going to be extremely successful. She is a very, very good communicator. She knows how to maneuver through conversations. She knows how to pivot. She knows how to speak. Look, she's going to be successful. I just think she's a liar. That's it. But you know what? Most of these people online are lying to us. Most of these people are. Dr. Umar Johnson's been lying to us for I don't know how long about the school. Juicy Smoulier lied and said he got beat up by some MAGA people, and those tended to be some buff Nigerian dudes. Doc, we see them on tape buying the rope, and he still wants to put out a Netflix documentary saying that he's innocent. That okay, whatever, Juicy. Most of these people online are lying to you. Do you know how many people I see on a daily, weekly basis that are going to jail or being indicted because they were running some sort of Ponzi scheme because they were trying to act like online, sell us some sort of course, sell us something, and so we could buy into something. And really, they didn't have it like that. They were lying about the credentials. They were giving bad advice. Other people are going to jail and being indicted because they're taking bad advice. These people are just lying to us. So, like the young lady said, we need to vet these people. Like before you take advice for them, before you give them money. Look into you got to find receipts. If someone tells you they're a doctor and it's just from some social media, just the veneer people on TikTok. Y'all heard about the veneer people? The people say, yeah, come and we'll give you hook you up with some veneers. And they went to some little 2-day workshop to learn how to do veneers, jacking people's teeth up. Like it's bad. It's bad, y'all. It is bad. And like I said, I have no personal vendetta. I just don't like when someone portrays themselves as something and they're not. That is it. And look, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. We all fall short. We all, none of us are perfect. I just think she's a freaking liar. That's it. So, hey, y'all, what do y'all think about this? Drop a like in the comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.